If you're a lineman in charge of keeping the lights on, Grainger understands that you go to great lengths, and sometimes heights, to ensure the power is always flowing. Which is why you can count on Grainger for professional-grade products and next-day delivery. So you have everything you need to get the job done. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Your morning blitz begins now.
Yeah! Have a great Friday, you mother...
Oh, we will. Don't you worry. It's going to be a really great Friday. Mainly because we got a whole bunch of stuff we want to give to you. We still have tickets for Jet. We have tickets for Avatar. We have tickets for Volby. There's a whole bunch going on today. A lot to talk about. Also, I want to know about the craziest interactions you've had on Marketplace or Craigslist before. Have you ever sold anything on Marketplace or Craigslist? Wow, that face changed quick.
You know what happened to me on Facebook Marketplace?
Yeah.
I got completely robbed.
Well, and I understand that. But these are the crazy interactions you've had.
Oh, it's not crazy to get robbed of $600?
No, that's crazy.
Okay, you mean like interactions with the people?
With the people, yeah.
You mean like a guy who lied to my face?
Yes,
about selling me a piece of guitar equipment?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Because people are crazy. Like when you put something up for free and they ask you if you can do better on the price.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Because that happens. That does happen.
Did you read the interaction? There was a woman who was interacting with another woman who wanted to buy this bed she had for sale, and they couldn't figure out a time to meet, and the woman ended up coming and taking the bed, and the other woman's like, whatever bed you have isn't mine. My bed's still here.
Yes.
So she stole somebody else's bed.
She was next door. Yeah, I did see that.
Did you see that?
Yeah, absolutely.
But the whole free thing, I mean, what do you want me to do? Pay you to take it?
Pretty much. Or will you deliver it?
Oh, my God.
No, I'm not going to deliver it. Yeah, we got a crazy story coming up about that. How are you, Kelly?
Good. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm actually much better than I thought I was going to be because I had to go to the dentist yesterday.
Oh, what kind of work?
2 hours and 45 minutes later.
Mouth cranked open the whole time?
Yes.
Yeah, that's tough.
I had two cavities that had to be filled, but then I found out that my crown came loose, so food was underneath my crown, so they had to get the old crown off, put the temporary on, and then thank you, Caroline Seller, for the great inheritance of bad gums. So I get periodontal cleanings, so they had to do that and get all up.
Oh, is that tough?
The scrapings and the whole thing.
Oh, my, that sounds painful.
So I thought that I was going to, 6 shots of Novocaine. I mean, just that giant needle. And what's really funny is I go to the same dentist that Thick goes to because I was looking for one. He goes, go to my dentist. He's great. And I got a bunch of Novocaine yesterday. And we were talking off the air this morning about how a lot of dental hygienists or dentists, when they give you the Novocaine, they'll hold it behind their back.
The needle
behind their back before they come in so you don't really see it. Doc yesterday was just like in my face. He's like, so what we're going to do is, and he's got the needle like right in my face.
Yeah.
Now, I don't care. It doesn't bother me, but it was just funny that he's like, yeah, I'm going to show you this giant freaking needle I'm about to stuff into your jaw.
Yeah, Dr. Z's transparent.
Yeah, fully transparent for
I'm quite sure you've had this before, so it's not worth hiding it.
Right, exactly.
You know, I'm cranking it behind my back. I risk stabbing my own butt with it. No, thank you.
Which, by the way, is probably one of the funniest scenes ever in television. Way back in the day, the Mary Tyler Moore Show. Did you ever see the dentist scene?
I don't remember.
Oh my man. Who is it? What's his name? Tim Conway?
Yeah.
And he was a dentist.
Oh.
And he was trying to give a patient Novocaine, but he stabs himself in the arm accidentally. And then he's trying to turn the pages.
You mean the Carol Burnett Show?
Oh, the Carol Burnett Show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he stabs himself in the leg. Oh, that's a good one. Anyways, but no, no pain. Everything's great. So
I'm so glad.
I'm like, okay.
They give you a couple pain pills to bring home with you?
They didn't. I was so mad.
No kidding.
You can't give me the good stuff? Send me home on a Thursday night feeling nice.
Like, we didn't do surgery. We just cleaned your teeth.
Yeah, I know, but I need the good. Come on. Give it up.
Goose over here. You clean my teeth. I want Dilaudid. Come on.
Yeah, I want it. I need it.
Yeah, we need the Dilaudid thoughts. I think they'd be wilder than your gummy thoughts.
The gummy thoughts?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Combine them.
Right. Thick, how are you on a Friday?
I'm great, man. We finished a limited series on Netflix last night called The Madness.
You keep talking about that.
Dude, it's so good. It's 8 episodes. It's, one and done season. And, yeah, I highly recommend it, man. It's, crime, drama, suspense. It's so good.
I'll have to check it out. All right. Well, let's go on a Friday. Get started with Blitz Morning Trivia. What's today's question, Thick?
All right. For $25, 2 waterbeds and stuff. Be the first one to tell us the answer by texting it in at 99700. Ohio House Bill 270 will give Ohio an official state superhero. Ohio will be the first state to ever get its own official state superhero. If this passes, who's the superhero? That's what I want to know. Ohio wants to make this it's a real superhero.
Okay, I was going to ask.
Yes,
it's a real superhero.
It's a real superhero. Okay. And they want to make this superhero the official state superhero of Ohio. Be the first to tell us the superhero at 99700. We'll hook you up with the gift card.
All right, that answer for Blitz Morning Trivia, Thick, is what?
All right, recently introduced Ohio House Bill 270 would name what superhero as Ohio's first ever official state superhero? The answer?
Oh, come on.
Oh, gosh.
It
Really?
is Superman.
How boring can you be?
Superman is the worst superhero.
Why?
I will die on that hill.
Why?
Because he can be absolutely disabled with a whiff of kryptonite. I mean, that's it. That's all you do is have a little bit of kryptonite around superhero, and then he's like us.
But doesn't every superhero have one thing that...
I don't know about
silly.
one thing.
It's silliness. And you know what else is silly? The Clark Kent disguise. Stupid.
That is stupid. You're right. Take your glasses off. Where'd Kelly go?
Yeah, I just took my glasses off, and now I can't. Exactly.
Superwoman's here.
Superwoman, right.
Oh, my gosh.
No,
I
I
can't
agree.
stand
It's
it.
if you're going to be the first state ever to pick a superhero for the state superhero, then pick something better than Superman.
Okay, can I tell you why?
Sure.
All right.
Because we're boring and unoriginal.
There's a few things here. First off, Superman Legacy comes out in July, and it was all shot in Ohio. Number 2, Superman series creators Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster have Ohio roots here.
Well, then why didn't they make Superman or Clark, the Kent family, from Ohio? They're from Kansas.
I don't know, because
you're not even from Ohio.
Because many settings in the original Superman are based on Ohio landmarks.
Many settings.
That's what it says.
What do you mean many settings? Metropolis isn't based off of Columbus.
I don't know.
I feel like somebody handed our legislature a bag of cash and said, please make Superman our state superhero.
Yeah, you know who it was? James Gunn, the new leader of the DC Universe movie studio.
Now, Ohio would become the only state in the country to have an official superhero.
You know why? Because it's stupid.
But it wouldn't become, even if the legislation passes, it wouldn't become official until April of 2033.
What?
Okay, you want to know why? Because that is when Superman becomes public domain.
Oh, right. It's like a copyright.
So I think...
So it's just a timing issue. There's a big new movie coming out, and then we're just within grasp of a public domain situation.
Right.
So it's the only option.
I think they want to be the
public
first.
domain is only like 25 years.
50.
Okay.
I don't know.
So Superman didn't come out in 1975.
No, it came out in 30...
Yeah, 38. That makes no
33
sense.
33 would be 95. I don't know, man. But that's what it says. Now, maybe they were able to renew that at some point or something. The rights. I don't know. But that's what it says. It'll become public domain April of 2033.
Okay, that's all right.
So, Rob Forrest from Waldo was the first one to text in that it was Superman, so he's got $25 to spend at waterbeds and stuff. You guys are so disappointed.
I'm disappointed in
and
the
upset.
legislator, yeah.
It's just annoying to me that, I hate to be that guy.
Doug says Superman is also susceptible to magic. Not only kryptonite, but to magic.
Oh.
Magic?
Yeah. So
Is that true?
I don't know.
So I can walk up and say abracadabra and like Superman crumbles to the ground? What?
Who's the blind
I pull a
superhero?
rabbit out of my hat and Superman's like, no!
Who's what?
The blind one? Daredevil?
Daredevil? Yeah.
Is he the blind one?
He's the blind one.
Okay.
The blind lawyer. Yeah.
I'd rather take Daredevil, like overcoming adversity. What about Batman? He has to rely on his own wits.
Batman's much better than Superman.
Oh, Batman's amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
But Superman would
as
win.
long as it's the 1966 Adam West Batman that we're talking about.
But Superman would win in a fight. with Batman.
Not if I
Not
had
always.
a little dust of kryptonite.
Right. Batman has made kryptonite weapons before and taken out Superman.
This is true.
So, just saying.
All right.
So it's Ohio. They should have gone with like Meth Man. Why did they pick?
That's so rude.
Sorry.
I think it should be Meigs County Man, but
Percocet Boy. Here we come. Hey, did you know, speaking of celebrating, today is National Dinosaur Day?
Oh,
In case you wanted to, in case you want to go out and celebrate. Yeah. And so I figured since it's National Dinosaur Day, we've got some tickets lying around. We've got tickets for Jet and Avatar and Volbeat. Figured it'd be fun to do a little pick a ticket. All right? And we are going to do a little game I love to play called Who's Doing What. It is very simple. I have written down a famous person or thing doing an action. And I'm going to give this piece of paper to Kelly. She has never seen this piece of paper before. And she has to imitate who's doing what. And then your job, 800-821-9970. You give us a call. And if you can identify by Kelly's impression of who's doing what, we'll let you pick a ticket. It could be to Jet and Band of Skulls at Kimball Live on June 7th. It could be to Avatar coming up on November 22nd at Kimball Live. Or if you want to take a trip down to Cincinnati on August 17th, you can go see Volbeat. Kelly, are you ready?
No. Hand it over.
Who's doing what?
Oh, no.
Get that. We need that. We need our music again for National Dinosaur Day.
Oh,
Who's doing what? 800-821-9970. Pick a ticket.
no. Okay.
Here we go.
I can't reach it. Somebody please help. Help your big buddy. Help your big buddy get that thing. If I need a step stool. Somebody can help me.
That did not go at all how I thought it was going to go, but okay, fair enough.
see, I don't know, so I'm like baffled right now, man.
Can't wait to hear these guys. Hold on, let's go.
It's not Chewbacca,
Let's
okay?
go.
Everybody always guesses my things as Chewbacca. It's not.
Let's just go right to the point.
Oh, that person just hung up.
They're like, nope, it's not what I thought it
They
was.
just hung up as soon as we answered.
It's not Chewbacca, guys.
Blitz, good morning. Hi, who's this?
Scotty.
Scotty, who's doing what?
What was the options again?
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
And
There are no options.
There are no options.
You weren't listening.
You just have to guess what Kelly was doing. Who's doing what? Blitz, good morning. Hi, who's this?
Hi, this is Kirsten.
Kirsten, who's doing what?
I'm not sure who's doing what.
Oh,
Guys,
man.
gotta pay attention.
Good God. All right, let's try this again. Blitz, good morning. Who's this?
This is Brad.
Brad, who's doing what?
That was so hard to even guess. It sounded like an E.T., so it's wrong.
It is not E.T. I will tell you this. Again, we're celebrating National Dinosaur Day.
That's the big clue.
Blitz, good morning. Hi, who's this?
This is John.
John, who's doing what?
She's the reptile dinosaur jumping to eat the guy and the girl.
No, not a tall dinosaur trying to jump to eat a guy and a girl. Blitz, good morning. Hi, who's this?
Tony.
Tony?
Yeah.
Tony, who's doing what?
I want to say that's a T-Rex trying to...
That is exactly it!
I really doubt my acting skills sometimes, but
A T-Rex.
Well, you knew it had to be the short arms. It had to be the short-armed dinosaur. That's all I knew, but I didn't know what he was doing.
Hey, somebody guessed Cosby on text. What?
What? That is not it at all. Tony. Yes, Tony. A T-Rex. The worst possible T-Rex ever, trying to reach something on the top shelf, but that is exactly right. So we're going to let you pick a ticket. You hang on 1 second. It's 99.7 The Blitz.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
All right, our first story takes us down to Florida. It's a WTF. What the Florida? And in fact, this story took place back in December. We're just now hearing about it because this person is finally being sentenced for their crimes. And again, we have told so many stories like this before. So many criminals who get caught because they continue to break the law. Like they get away with it the first time. Go on about your life. You got lucky. Why you pushing your luck?
Right, one and done, man.
Right. But no, that is not what this man did. Cameron Dylan McDougall, 28 of Toronto, was on a flight from Panama to Toronto. However, the plane had to be deterred down to Miami because Cameron decided to pick a fight with a man on the flight he was on and punch this man, which then called the flight to land in Miami for an emergency landing where he was removed from the flight and told by the airline, you're done. You cannot fly. You want to get another flight home? Go get another flight home. You're not flying home with us. You just got away with assault, sir. Count your lucky stars.
Right.
They are letting you catch another flight home. So what the Cameron did was buy himself a ticket for the next day to fly from Miami home to Toronto. However, when he arrived the next day, he decided, you know what sounds like fun? Let me attack a bunch of TSA agents. So that's what he did. Apparently got sick of waiting in the security line and started throwing punches to all these TSA agents, where he was then promptly arrested. He has been found guilty in federal court on 2 counts of assaulting, resisting, and impeding certain officers or employees, each facing up to a year in prison. So, idiot!
You are so dumb. You are really dumb.
Is there a case to be made for having to take a breathalyzer right at the door into the airport and then no alcohol on board flights?
Hell no.
Okay. Just checking.
No.
Okay.
There should be a law that they need to lower prices at airport bars. That's what they need to do.
You want more trouble.
Okay, all right, you're right. Maybe that's a bad idea. I'm just saying I'm sick of paying break. For those of us who can have a couple and leave it alone, I just don't want to pay $18 for a drink.
That's why beers are $20 at Sonic Temple. They're trying to help you not be crazy and not miss the entire weekend.
Goose needs a couple of drinks so that he doesn't beat up an attendant.
That is totally possible. It's not the attendants, it's the damn crying kids. Because don't give me a couple.
How do you feel about one singing on board a delayed flight?
Hell no. I'm still so mad at that mother. Let's see. Story number 2 takes us to our own backyard, Austintown Township. By the way, a big old middle finger to the city planners. Why would you name your town Austintown Township? Call it Austin Township or just Austintown. Why Austintown Township? That's like going to the ATM machine. Like, it makes no sense whatsoever. Anyways.
How many gummies have you had? Because that's a good gummy thought.
That is a good gummy thought. However, as mad as I am at the city planners of Austintown Township, I'm not really mad at this 37-year-old man from Austintown Township by the name of Joshua Huey, who went into a Home Depot. Points for creativity. Because a lot of people nowadays, and we've seen a million videos where people will walk into a store, load up a grocery cart, and walk out. Because so many big box stores have got rules now. Don't stop shoplifters. We don't want the legal trouble. It's not worth it. But Joshua Huey wanted to really get away with it. So what he did was he dressed up as a DeWalt tool sales rep and went into the Home Depot, started cutting open boxes and looking at lawnmowers saying he wanted to make sure the products were doing what they were supposed to be doing. And then he took a pair of bolt cutters from a neighboring aisle and broke a lock on a metal gate containing power tools, and then attempted to walk out of the store with a flatbed cart loaded with 23 items, including DeWalt batteries, saws, blowers, grinders, worth more than $4,200.
Wow.
However, they kind of knew something was up when he started cutting off chains to metal grates and cases. He was arrested and charged with felony theft, possessing criminal tools, and vandalism. The store says there's video footage of everything going down, and they're handing that over to the police. So he'll probably be spending some time in jail.
To have some restraint here. I'm looking at the DeWalt Tools salesperson uniform. It's just a yellow golf shirt with DeWalt on it, like the little logo.
Yeah.
I mean, really, you probably could have gotten away with it if you could have just held back on the bolt cutters.
Yes, exactly.
Just
walk in and say there's a recall of some sort.
Yeah.
Grab a few items and leave.
Walk
Again,
out with a bunch of DeWalt tools and sell them on Facebook Marketplace.
Right. Telling you. There you go. It's your Not So Breaking News, 99.7 The Blitz. Order. All right, I want to try a new little segment called You Be the Judge. Okay? A couple stories here. I want to see how you feel about them. The first takes us into outer space. This is pretty crazy. Scientists in a couple of countries have teamed up in Australia, Finland, and I believe Switzerland, because they have just discovered what they are calling teleos. Now, teleos is a new something. They don't know what it is because basically teleos is the Greek word for perfect, because this thing is basically a perfect sphere out in space. The problem is it's invisible. They have only detected it because it emits radio waves. And so they now have this image, if you will, of this invisible perfect orb out in space emanating radio waves and very, very low surface brightness. They are not sure what this thing is. And here's the other thing. They're saying it's either it's between 7,100 or 2,500 light years away. 7,100 or 25,100. Yeah, light years away.
That's a pretty big range.
It's pretty big range.
That's no moon.
That's the thing.
That's a space station.
You know that it only gets picked up on the electromagnetic spectrum, viewed with X-ray, infrared light, or visible light. I mean, you couldn't see it. Even if you were able to get close to it, you couldn't see it. But it's there. What is it? This is like, what's just floating out there invisible and a perfect sphere? Kelly, what do you think?
And it's emitting radio waves?
Radio waves.
I mean, is it like Wolfman Jack out there? The old Wolfman? Just kind of floating around?
Is he perfectly sphere-shaped?
Now, in the afterlife.
In the afterlife?
Yeah.
Perfectly sphere-shaped.
When's the last time you heard a Wolfman Jack reference?
It's been a while. Not gonna lie, it's been a while. Going on, baby? In fact, last time I heard a Wolfman Jack reference was when I watched the Weird Al Yankovic story with Daniel Radcliffe playing Weird Al.
Oh, okay.
They did this pool party, and Wolfman Jack was at the pool party.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I don't know what it is. In all honesty, what I guess it's just some maybe gases.
Well, they're saying a supernova. It could be a supernova, but they're saying it most likely would be seen if it was a supernova. So why is it invisible?
Yeah, it's just a cloaking device.
See?
Ooh.
Could be a cloaking device.
I said it's no moon. It's a space station.
On to You Be the Judge number 2, and I'm going to put this out there to Blitz Nation. I want to see what everyone thinks about this, because in a new interview, Dave Mustaine is I don't know if he's throwing Metallica under the bus or not, but he is revisiting a story that didn't get much coverage, and he's trying to kind of nudge it along. because he is saying Enter Sandman. We all know Enter Sandman. Could that be considered Metallica's biggest song of all time? I mean, they close out their shows with it. Virginia Tech caused a 2.7 earthquake when they played the song.
Yeah, it's probably their signature song.
Their signature song?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we all know what Enter Sandman and the guitar riff sounds like. I think we all have a natural, visceral feeling in our gut when this guitar riff comes on. You feel it building.
Right.
This is just building and building. Well, here's the problem. Dave's got an issue.
Really?
And Dave's issue is the fact that guitar riff sounds pretty similar to a guitar riff from a band called Excel and their song, Tapping Into the Emotional Void. Take a listen to that one.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Now, there have been many, many cases of songs sounding similar. I mean,
wow, man, that's really close. I mean, especially when you hear that part. Like, if I go to right where that guitar kicks in, it's Metallica. You hear that, and then you hear...
Now, Tapping Into the Emotional Void from Excel came out in 1989. Enter Sandman came out in 1991. So, what are your thoughts, Kelly? You be the judge. What do you think?
I think that it is extremely similar.
Okay. I'd say I agree. Now, it's not nearly as similar as Vanilla Ice borrowing from... Well,
yeah,
they
credited that.
That's a sample.
That was a sampling that they gave credit for.
No, Vanilla Ice denied it the whole time. He goes, it's completely different. If you hear...
No.
100%. There's an interview where he literally goes, if you listen to mine, it goes... and then if you hear the other one, it goes...
No. Sorry, dude, no.
Yeah, there's a complete... He completely denies it.
No.
I would say it's more similar to Led Zeppelin ripping off Stairway, that whole controversy, because they are so similar that you definitely...
You're saying this one is more similar?
I think it's equally as similar
okay.
as the Led Zeppelin Stairway to Heaven controversy. It does sound like this got into someone's brain, whoever wrote Enter Sandman. If it was the whole band, I don't know who wrote it.
Yeah.
But anyway, it sounds like that was in
wrote
his
the riff.
brain. Like, remember that cool riff. Yeah, let's try to do something with that.
To it? Yeah.
And then you just sort of expand on it, which I think that's fairly common in music. Like, utilizing similar themes all the time and just putting your own spin on it.
And, having done stand-up comedy for a while, there's obviously rule number one. You never steal someone's joke. But if you listen to a lot of stand-up comedy, you're going to... There's only so many things to talk about.
And people are going to talk about current events.
Correct.
So they're going to make jokes.
You're going to get the same, the same idea. Or, as a lot of people have said, sometimes if you do hear something, subtly it's just in the back of your mind.
Right.
And so if you're thinking of something, it just kind of comes to the forefront and sticks out.
Especially with guitar players when chord progressions run through their brains all the time.
Yeah, for sure.
And,
Will anything come of it? Probably not. But you be the judge. 99.7 The Blitz.
I would really like a continuance.
And now, the 3 things you need to know before you go.
The search continues for the suspect in the shooting of 2 Mifflin Township police officers Wednesday evening during a traffic stop. 21-year-old Daviante Dixon was a passenger in a vehicle that was pulled over near the intersection of Mecca Road and Purdue Avenue. When he got out of the car, started running. Officers say he then turned around and fired shots. One of the injured officers has been released from the hospital. The other remains in the ICU and has undergone at least 2 surgeries. The prosecution has rested its case in the Karen Reed murder trial. Reed is accused of hitting her Boston cop boyfriend, John O'Keefe, with her SUV back in 2022 and leaving him to die in the snow outside of another officer's home in Massachusetts. Her defense team says she is a victim of a police conspiracy and that John O'Keefe was attacked by a dog and then fatally beaten by another person inside the home, and then his body was placed outside. The defense begins to present its side this morning at 9:30.
Kelly, how many times do we have to tell you before you do that story or a story like that? You have to wait.
How many times did I tell you I was doing the story, Thick?
But you went from one to the next.
I know.
You need a pause.
You were leaning back, just hanging out. I thought you weren't ready for it.
Give it to everyone now.
It's time for your Karen Reed update.
It's too late.
Karen Queen. Oh.
I really tried to prep everyone in the room for it. I feel like you left me hanging out to dry, so I just moved forward.
You got to give us a second.
Do I?
Yeah.
All right. I'm so sorry. It's all my fault. I take the blame.
Okay.
That's new.
You gaslighting son of a bitch.
No jail time for former Red Hot Chili Peppers guitarist Josh Klinghoffer, who hit and killed a 47-year-old man when he was driving in Alhambra, California, March 2024. Klinghoffer was driving an SUV. He was making a left turn, and he hit Israel Sanchez, who was in the crosswalk. Sanchez's family has filed a lawsuit which alleges Klinghoffer was on his phone at the time of the accident. Klinghoffer was in court this week and pleaded no contest to a vehicular manslaughter charge. He was sentenced to 1 year of informal probation, 60 days community labor, and has to complete driver safety classes. And those are your 3 things.
Éclaircissement. E-C-L-A-I-R-C-I-S-S-E-M-E-N-T. Éclaircissement. That is correct.
How in the world do you know something like that?
Because you memorize the entire dictionary.
Yeah, right.
They do. They memorize the entire dictionary.
That was
Scripps National Spelling Bee.
Faison Zaki, who won last night.
Wow.
Congratulations. Have you ever seen the movie Bad Words with Jason Bateman?
No.
Oh, check it out. It's a really good movie.
Okay. I love Jason Bateman.
There's a rule, apparently, that to compete in the National Spelling Bee, you can't have passed, I think, 8th grade. And he dropped out of school in 7th grade, so he's an adult, and he goes and enters all these spelling bees. It's a really good movie.
I like that.
To celebrate the Scripps National Spelling Bee, we are going to have our own spelling bee, and your chance to pick a ticket. We've got tickets for Avatar, Jet, and Volbeat, all up for grabs. Quentin, good morning.
Good morning.
Quentin, now we're not going to give you a word like éclaircissement. We are going to do the Redneck Spelling Bee. So much easier words, okay? And I'm going to give you 2 words. You get 1 right, we'll hook you up, okay? Your first word, Texarkana. Spell
Say that.
Texarkana.
Texaxacana.
Nah, that's incorrect. No. Do you got it, Kelly?
Tex, T-E-X, Arcana, A-R-K-A-N-A.
That is correct. Correct spelling. Texarkana. All right, let's give you one more chance at pick a ticket, Quentin. Let's see here. Let's go with Beretta for the Redneck.
B-A-R-R-E-T-T-A.
I am sorry, Quentin. No, that is incorrect. No,
it's B-E-R.
Yes, B-E-R-E-T-T-A. Sorry, Quentin, we cannot hook you up, but I hope you have a great Friday. Zeb, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys.
All right, Zeb, Redneck Spelling Bee, your chance to pick a ticket for Jet, Avatar, or Volbeat. Your redneck word is Sasquatch.
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 That's a good spelling right there.
Yeah.
Good job. All right, let's see if you can get one more. Your word is chartreuse, or as I once called it, chart reuse, because there is a store. I kid you not, there is a store.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Or in St. Joe, Michigan, which is on the very lower west side of the state, right along Lake Michigan there. Nice little walkabout town. They have a nice little downtown area. And there is a store, and I saw the sign, and I said, who names their store Chart Reuse? And then, as I walked by the store, I noticed it was an actual gallery. It was a painting gallery. And I was like, who's painting with chart? Who's reusing the chart on the paintings? They should not call their star Chart Reuse. And then come to find out the word is actually chartreuse. So, Zeb, can you spell Chart Reuse?
Chartreuse is kind of like charcuterie, but I'll give it a stab. CHARTEUSE.
Oh, so close. You forgot the reuse.
You handed it to him.
Reuse. REUSE.
Chart.
That was so close.
It was very
That
close.
is like the number one fishing color for a bait in the world.
Oh, which is interesting because usually it's number 2.
Chart
reuse. But you know what, Zeb, you spelled Sasquatch right, so we're going to let you pick a ticket. Congratulations. You hang on 1 second. We'll get you hooked up. It's 99.7 The Blitz. All right, Kelly, I have a question for you as the only woman in the studio, how this how it makes you kind of feel. Because I am all about, I don't even know what it would be considered, women's lib, Me Too. I don't know what you would call it. But be yourself.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
But this one seems a little weird. Like there's a lot of talk online about don't treat women this way. You can't say those sort of things. That's could be considered chauvinistic or
sexualizing
women. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. But Sydney Sweeney has become kind of the hot new thing over the past few years.
Oh, yeah. Pin-up.
Yeah, she's had a few
boobs.
good movies, and she's a very attractive.
Gorgeous.
And yes, and so obviously she has gotten her fair share of online attention, if you will. Well, I guess she's taken the route of if you can't beat them, join them. Because what she has decided to do is team up with Dr. Sasquatch, the soap company, and you can now actually buy soap made with her used bathwater. And here's the thing. There are lots of women. We just told the story yesterday about, what's her name? Haley Bieber.
Yes.
Who sold her company for $1 billion, a makeup company, who is advertising to women, and lots of women make products. But this is obviously 100% being sold to men by Dr. Sasquatch Soap, what has become a popular men's brand.
Yeah, it's men's soap.
Yes. And it's got that scent of, like, I don't know, pine tar and, all that kind of stuff. But it's actually being made with her bathwater. And I guarantee the specific reason you buy it is because, you're going to rub some of Sydney Sweeney's bathwater on you.
Yeah.
Isn't that a little
biohazard-y?
Well, no, she's sexualizing herself, but at the same time, she complains about men sexualizing women.
Do you consider that the same thing? If you're complaining about someone sexualizing you, or just talking about certain aspects of your physical appearance, yet here you are
selling your bathwater,
selling your used bathwater.
Yeah, I sort of think you've chosen the side of the road you're walking down.
She said, when your fans start asking for your bathwater, you can either ignore it or turn it into a bar of Dr. Squatch soap.
I mean, she's, making her money and all that. I don't know. I feel like, here's what I'm going to say. As a man, I mean, I'm not the man, but as men should know how to treat a woman. Men should know what's appropriate and what's not appropriate to comment on a woman, on their face, their body, whatever. So that's on them.
Correct. You should.
So I think she has a right to say, would you quit? That is gross that you're saying that about me. It's gross. But also, I would like to sell my dirty bathwater.
Well, it's like, don't sexualize me unless you're going to pay me.
I mean, to me, it's like, listen, it's, I don't know how to say it without being, like, utterly offensive.
Go for it.
I will say.
But it's also like, I don't think you have a right to grope and touch and say certain things to a stripper.
Yes, and she's stripping. She is selling her bathwater. That doesn't give you the right to be disgusting to her. That's saying you deserved what you got because of how you were dressed.
Okay.
No.
That's okay. Yep. We're on the same page.
But I'm saying I get it. I get the confusion because you are being a little confusing. Like, you understand that you've got some sexual appeal, or a lot of sexual appeal, enough to where you can sell your disgusting bathwater. And so you're taking advantage of the very people you're criticizing about how they talk about. You're taking advantage of them now. So, hey, I don't hate it.
Just like strippers do. They know exactly what they're doing.
Right.
Yeah, they know exactly what they're doing.
You're taking advantage of a certain kind of person. Now,
because you know why? Men are dumb.
Yes, they are.
We are stupid, simple creatures. So if you're going to sell me your used bathwater, take my money.
But I think the two ideas can coexist. Selling bathwater and requiring people to be decent to you.
I agree. 99.7 The Blitz. All right, we'll keep this completely anonymous if you want. 800-821-9970. You don't have to say a name. Or you can shoot us a text. 99-700. But I saw this story and it just got me thinking, because there is an aquarium in Virginia and they are going to do a sleepover party at the aquarium. Here's the thing. It's an adult-only night. They're going to do special exhibits and interactions with animals.
Okay.
Is this a cover for a swingers party?
But they're also going to have an open bar. Well, I don't think so, because it's being put on by the aquarium. Okay. They're actually doing this as an official event.
But their tagline is, what happens at the aquarium stays at the aquarium.
Something's going down at the aquarium.
Cool.
Without a doubt. Because I'll be the first to tell you, if Nora and I went to this, I'm making moves. I don't care. If I in an aquarium?
Yeah. You're coming out of there with a story.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
The dolphins aren't going to be the only ones going,
Ew.
Yeah.
Was that goose or a dolphin?
I know. So, here's the thing. That's going to be a story. 100%. It's going down. And even though Nora and I aren't going, I guarantee I will bet my life savings right now to interview everyone that comes out of that building, and one couple is going to admit that something went down at the aquarium.
Probably more than one.
I would think so. So here's my question. That'd be a really cool story to put on the old diary there. Where's the craziest place something went down? 800-821-9970 or 99-700. What went down between you and a significant other? Or maybe not. Maybe it was just a hookup. That's fine too. Where's the craziest place it went down? I'm not going to ask either of you. Kelly, I'm not even going to bother asking you.
I did go on a weird little vacation with Charlie to...
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
St. Kitts.
Oh.
It's an odd...
Wait, are we going to get a story?
Not really,
Oh.
because this is all hotel. But gorgeous hotel, by the way. But St. Kitts is a weird little island, so I'll say that's maybe the weirdest.
Was it at least a balcony or something?
No,
Like,
that's what I'm saying. It's just a weird location.
Just a weird location.
Yeah. It was an interesting, very strange vacation we took.
Heather, text in 99700.
Yeah.
Where's the...
You tell us, Heather. I know. Look at Thick's got a story. Look behind those eyes.
No story? Come on.
I mean, call it weird?
Yeah.
Unique? Adventurous?
Adventurous, maybe?
All right.
Okay, go on.
Come on.
Don't make us drag it out of you.
You're not going to drag it out of me.
Heather, we're going to rely on you to text in.
8358.
You think she's going to tell you anything?
No,
I
do.
she's not.
8358 at the cemetery. Woo! That's a good one.
At the cemetery. Okay, what? Wow. I feel like I cannot imagine. Wait, how much alcohol was involved?
Was it in the car at the cemetery or in the grass somewhere? Because that's unique. 800-821-9970. I think an aquarium would be up there towards the top of the list for sure if it went down. Blitz, good morning. Who's this?
Hey,
or you can keep it anonymous. I don't care.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't care. Y'all know who I am.
Real quick. Where was it? Or where's the strangest place?
That hotel in Chillicothe where all those hookers got killed.
What?
Okay.
What?
Yeah, dude, I swear.
I don't know this story.
No, dude, like a few years ago, there was a serial killer in Chillicothe.
I remember that.
Right? Yeah, so that place.
I feel like this was more of a motel situation.
Yeah, not a hotel, a motel.
It was definitely a motel.
You're entering the room from like the sidewalk.
Is it
like
the Chillicothe Inn or something?
I honestly can't remember what it was called.
Hotel, motel, Holiday Inn.
Now wait, here's the question: did you get one of the rooms where everything went down?
Dude, so we were doing our thing in that room, and all of a sudden
you can't say that word.
Started hearing some weird noises in a room.
We started hearing a bunch of weird noises all over the place, and we didn't have anybody, we didn't have neighbors, so we started doing our thing, and we just started hearing a bunch of weird noises. I'm like, dude, what the heck is going on here? And we went downstairs to tell the lady, and she's like, that's weird. I can't really explain that. And then I was talking to the girl that I was with, and she's like, "Yeah, this is the place that all those hookers died."
So you had hooker ghosts. It was what you did. You had hooker ghosts.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's a good one for sure.
That is a good one.
Yeah. Appreciate the call, man. Thank you so much. Blitz, good morning. Hi. Who's this?
This is Jeff.
Jeff, where's the strangest place?
Lennox Movie Theater.
No!
Yeah!
No!
Yeah!
We went to the Lennox. Me and this girl went to the Lennox, and we were the only two in the theater.
Oh, 100% it's going down. If I'm the only two in the movie theater, it's going down. For sure.
I know that.
I'm sitting in that chair the next showtime. How dare you? Gross. Did you bring a tarp at least?
A tarp?
I gotta dump that. I gotta
dump it. You
I had to
cannot
dump that.
All right, listen. For all future callers, you cannot be explicit. Like, literally, just keep it real PG.
But thanks for the call, Jack.
At the Lennox, no wonder they have rats. No, I don't know if they do, but every movie theater has mice.
A tarp? What do you think is going down? Mount Vesuvius? What?
Yes, that is what I'm assuming, Goose. It's exactly what I'm picturing.
Blitz, good morning. Hi. Where's the strangest place?
Hey, it's Trucker Tim.
All right, Trucker, where's the strangest place? Keep it PG. All we need is the location. We don't need the whole story and all the description words that you would read in Letters to Penthouse. We just need the place.
Got to be in the truck, right?
No, that's not the weirdest place.
Just one of the places.
But that did happen.
Yes, I knew.
But that was with my wife. So there's two that I have.
Just name the place.
Yeah, I'm not going to drag this out of you, Trucker Tim.
One was the balcony on a cruise.
Lord, that's yes. Okay,
right.
yep.
And another cruise happened to be coming by at the same time.
Okay, yeah.
And the other was when I lost my virginity at 15 on a playground.
A playground.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah, so you had your first experience with a swing before you actually bought the swing. All right. I like it. I like it a lot. Well, thanks for the call, Tim. I hope you have a great Friday. 800-821-9970. We'll get to some more here in just a moment. 99.7 The Blitz. So there's this aquarium in Virginia, and they're doing a sleepover night with, animal encounters and special exhibits and an open bar because it's an adults-only sleepover at the aquarium. And I read the article, and I'm like, oh, stuff's going down for sure. I know I would. I mean, you got to keep things spicy and fresh in your relationship. We all have stories.
Speaking of all having stories, you did not tell us your story.
Oh, mine is the rooftop of probably about, I don't know, we were probably 10 or 12 stories up. The literal rooftop of a building in New York City.
That's cool.
Overlooking it was right there. And
also, 10 stories isn't that high, so you definitely know the buildings around you are like gazing down upon you.
Now, here's the thing: it wasn't like Times Square where there's skyscrapers. It was kind of one, off area. So everything else was, yeah.
Oh,
but yeah,
okay.
that
sounds romantic.
Thick.
Boats are romantic.
Oh, boats are great.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not weird. That's why I said it wasn't.
Oh, that's it.
Wait, did you christen D's nuts?
No, not yet.
No, knots. I'm
Knots.
sorry.
D's knots.
Sorry.
Is the
D's
name of the
knots.
boat.
Excuse
D's
me.
knots.
Excuse me. That got
Is that not the greatest boat name ever?
That got personal for a second.
Good boat name. That's an every summer thing.
D's nuts.
Yeah, but are you on the lake in broad daylight?
100%. All the time.
I think it's freaky thick, if that helps. And also very difficult. Aren't you rocking back and forth? You gotta have good aim.
Oh my God.
Okay.
All right.
Anywho.
Let's talk to Josh.
Josh, good morning. Josh, where's the strangest place?
Church.
Where?
A church.
Oh,
Church. Oh, now.
Oh, you and
Hope
Rob
it was with
Kelly.
your wife.
Uh-oh. That's, I mean, hey, if that's where you want to give your Hail Marys.
I have heard some stories about church camp.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like that's a thing.
I'm sure. Was she saying, "Oh God, oh God, oh God"?
Yeah, hallelujah.
Was she on her knees for prayer?
On her knees.
Okay, just making sure. Thanks for the call. All right, let's take one more. Blitz, good morning. Where's the strangest place?
The old Garden Theater.
The old Garden Theater
on High Street,
the Short North there.
Okay,
wait a minute. That was a dirty movie theater, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
It was.
Yeah, and then didn't it turn into a sex shop or something, or maybe it was both? I can't
No,
remember.
I haven't been back there. I'll go as Adele, and she.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Took me into the basement.
Oh, boy.
Okay, I give you credit because
the burlesque. Okay.
The basement of a dirty theater on Short North. That's whoo.
They never say go to a second location, right? That's danger. Danger.
That is, yeah. That's a place I might avoid. I mean, that's where you can actually see the herpes walking across the floor.
And now, all right, I'm listening. 3 things you need to know before you go.
Gunfire along State Route 104 at the tail end of yesterday's afternoon rush hour caused major traffic disruptions just before 6 p.m. Police say the shooting happened near Jackson Pike. Witnesses reported seeing people abandon their vehicle and start running on foot. Multiple shots were fired. No injuries were reported. Police took 3 people into custody and are still looking for 2 more. And 104 was shut down for hours during that investigation. Earlier this week, a 64-year-old man in Laguna Beach was teaching his 15-year-old daughter how to drive. She has a permit. She's learning. They go to a parking lot of a closed grocery store. She gets behind the wheel and proceeded to drive through the lot, through a fence, plummeted about 40 feet down an embankment, landed upside down on the sidewalk, killed her dad.
Oh, no.
She suffered significant injuries and is still in the hospital.
Damn.
I mean, and you're always like, it is freaky teaching a teen to drive. And I've been in the car with my nieces and nephews when they got their, temporary permit.
I'm so not looking forward to that.
It is because they don't know what they're doing. I remember when I learned to drive, I didn't know what I was doing. I had no clue. You have no reaction time. Your reaction time's terrible.
That's why those driver's ed instructors have that brake over on the passenger side.
Mm-hmm. But getting them there in cars, you have to have a certain amount of hours, of practice. So, I mean, I guess we're all putting our lives on the line here. But that is just a crazy, tragic story. An Alaska man who was pinned face down in an icy creek by a 700-pound boulder for 3 hours survived the ordeal with only minor injuries, thanks in part to his wife. Kel Morris is the man's name. He and his wife were hiking near a remote glacier south of Anchorage when a boulder crashed down on Morris, pinned him face down in the water. So he was so he's on his stomach, and because there were other rocks around, he did not get the brunt of the boulder's weight, but he was still pinned, could not get up.
Oh, no.
So he held his head up while his wife started taking off running to get a signal on her cell phone, which she managed to get about 300 yards away or so. So she ran, found a signal, called 911, booked it back to her husband, and held his head up. Just held his head up there and waited. So I guess apparently the sled dog tourism company heard the 911 dispatch and said, hey, we'll get you there, because this whole area was inaccessible to ATVs. You could not get there. It's like, you can use our helicopter, we'll drop you, etc. So they did. It took them a few hours, 7 men, and inflatable airbags to get this boulder off this guy enough to get him out of there. And outside of having some hypothermia, he was fine. What?
Look, I get it. Nature, out and about, health. I have never, ever been pinned by a giant boulder while sitting on my couch eating Ben & Jerry's.
Right, exactly.
Never once.
Yeah, but I don't want to hear it, Mr. Extremeness over here, Mr. Thrill Seeker. You are out there tempting fate all the time.
That's true.
Oh, by the way, my husband wants you to jump out of a plane with a Blitz parachute into the first Buckeye game, the home game of the season.
Oh, well, wait, time out. Blitz parachute, yes, it costs thousands of dollars to make. So if someone wants to sponsor that, I will absolutely do that.
Look, you can wear your Michigan shirt.
Yeah, I'll jump into the Michigan game.
No.
They officially announced the time.
That game's in Michigan.
Oh, that's right. We get the home game this year.
It'd have to be the following year.
No, that's true.
Do it at our first home game, and you can wear your gear. You can. We don't care.
I would.
Kelly, you trying to get him killed?
No,
I would
not at all.
love to jump into a stadium.
Be the first time the fans stormed the field before the game.
The only malfunction I've ever had with a parachute was at a sporting event. It was a giant children's soccer tournament with like 1,000 kids, and I almost bounced in front of all of them.
Oh, is that a humiliation that you just did not want to suffer?
Or a death.
Oh, it's a death.
As in my parachute almost didn't open.
Oh, is that what that means? I thought you meant just like bounced on your butt in landing.
No, I meant bounced on the ground without a parachute.
Well, that would have been traumatizing for everyone. I mean, especially you, obviously. But
it wouldn't have been traumatizing.
He wouldn't even know.
I'd have been fine.
He'd have been gone.
Wouldn't have bothered me one bit. But the kids, that'd have been a real bummer for the kids.
Was there a moment where you thought, this is it?
Yes.
I've done my last job.
I almost cut away and pulled my reserve. I was getting real close to the ground because it had hooked on my the harness And so the chute wasn't opening all the way. And I was like,
This is why they don't just let somebody just jump. You have to be trained.
Yes, exactly. They're just going to throw you out of a plane.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Those are your three things.
All right, Pick a Ticket Friday. Jet and Band of Skulls at Kemba Live, Saturday, June 7th. Avatar at Kemba Live on November 22nd. And Volbeat's going to be down in Cincy at Riverbend, August 17th. Going to give you a chance to pick a ticket. It's been a very adult-themed, sexualized show this morning, so let's just continue. Celebrating the Scripps Spelling Bee finale last night, we are going to have ourselves a little spelling bee. This is the adult spelling bee.
Oh, no.
It's very simple. 800-821-9970. I give you a word, you spell it, you win a pair of tickets. And we'll let you pick a ticket between Jet, Avatar, and Volbeat.
You're very ornery on a Friday.
Why am I ornery?
Because you're so dirty. Okay, go on.
I'm a little worked up this morning. There's a lot going on.
Great Friday, you mother...
I am.
And you've got a freshly opened bag of Famous Amos, too, which I'm very jealous
I forgot my
of.
breakfast this morning, so this I was starving. I needed something to eat, so that's another thing that really... I stood there for a minute. It was between Reese's Peanut Butter Cups and Famous Amos cookies.
You made the right choice.
And I went with Famous Amos.
Or you didn't have any Mountain Dew.
Exactly. All right, let's get ourselves a contestant. Blitz, good morning. Hi, who's this? Steve. All right, Steve. Very simple. It is the Blitz Spelling Bee. I give you a word, you spell it, you do so correctly, then we'll give you a pair of tickets. Your word for the adult spelling bee. Are you driving erratically right now? What just happened there?
No, my car sitting in the driveway just went off.
Oh, okay. All right, here we go. Your adult spelling bee word is voluptuous. Spell voluptuous.
VOLUPTIOUS.
That is incorrect. I am sorry, Steve. Thanks for playing along. Incorrect. Kelly, you got it? What's voluptuous?
Voluptuous. V-O-L-U. P-T. Okay, voluptuous. V-O-L-U-P-T-U-O-U-S.
Ah, very good. Wow. Them partying days at OSU are paying off.
Really paid off.
All right. Blitz, good morning. Hi, who's this?
This is Matt.
Matt. All right, Matt. Adult spelling bee. Here we go. Your word is dominatrix. Spell dominatrix.
Dominatrix. DOMINATRIX.
That is a great answer! Matt, congratulations. Matt, are you familiar with dominatrix?
Not really.
Oh, okay. Well, you hang on. We're going to give you a chance to pick a ticket. So you hang on one more second. Let's do one more here. Let's see if we can give away one more pair of tickets. Blitz, good morning. Hi, who's this?
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Eric.
Eric?
Yeah.
All right, Eric. Your chance to win a pair of tickets. Let's see. Pick a ticket. Your word for the adult spelling bee is intimate. Intimate.
INTIMATE.
Congratulations. We're going to let you pick a ticket as well. You hang on 1 second. The adult spelling bee on Blitz 99.7.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
All right, our first story takes us to North Elba, New York, where some hikers... You just had a story in your news about a hiker who got pinned underneath a boulder.
Right.
Thankfully, he was okay. Nothing happened. Well, unfortunately, these two hikers in New York's Adirondack Mountains called 911 to report that the third member of their party had died. Very sad. Oof. They were in a panic. State Forest Rangers responded to a call on Saturday about a hiker who had reportedly died on Cascade Mountain, which is a popular summit up there. Police showed up to find the two hikers who had been, obviously distraught and screaming into the phone at the 911 operator that the person was dead. Turns out the person was not dead. The person actually turned up at the campsite. Everything was fine. These other 2 hikers were blasted out of their mind on mushrooms. So they thought that their friend had died. Now, living in Colorado, I know of a lot of people who went hiking on different substances. That is not something I would do. If I'm up in the mountains, near cliffs and rocks and jagged edges and wild animals, I want to be in a clear state.
Yes.
100%.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. I can't imagine a place where you would want to have your wits about you more.
Right. Especially a hallucinogen of some sort. A mind-altering drug. There's no way.
I feel like we all know at least one person in our life who would do that, though.
Yes. Sick. It's the one. No. But 911 should have known when the other 2 hikers were like, he got eaten by a purple dragon. They should have known something was up. But thankfully, he is okay, and everything is fine. Our second story, it doesn't say where this story takes place, because this woman is on TikTok. Her name is Christine Connell, and she is trending after she jumped on TikTok to make a video about how, for the past 7 years, she has been dealing with a sinus infection. And apparently, she was told she has got E. coli in her sinuses. Because, apparently, one night, 7 years ago, with her boyfriend, at a hotel, he was naked. She woke up to find his rumpus in her face, where he then decided it'd be funny to fart in her face. And as it turns out, for the past 7 years, she's been dealing with a sinus infection, and she's now told she has E. coli of the sinuses.
From a Dutch oven, basically.
But not even a Dutch oven. Like, this is up close and personal. This is eye to eye.
Like, blasted her. Oh.
Yeah.
Blasted her right in the face.
Yeah. And so apparently the question is this even possible? And the answer is maybe. She's had experts weigh in on her TikTok video, saying that if the guy was wearing pants or some sort of boxers, it would have acted as sort of a filter from preventing the E. coli to reaching her face. But
oh, come on!
If he was in his birthday suit, then it could happen. She says the antibiotics haven't knocked it out yet. She might need surgery to actually scrape the bacteria out of her sinuses. I just can't imagine this happening to the. Oh, wait a minute! I just clicked on her picture. Okay, this makes sense. This woman has a schnoz. This woman has got, man. Yeah, okay, I can see things entering that nasal passage. That is a this woman can smell colors. Like, this is wow. Yeah, I believe her. She knows what E. coli smells like. Wow.
You can smell colors.
Dude.
First of all, her nose is smaller than mine. Second of all,
the hell it is.
Second of all,
the hell it is not.
What? You guys, it's never funny to fart in your girlfriend's face. It's not funny.
That I agree with 100%. Especially if your schnoz is this big. I mean, that's...
Oh.
She is the female version of Toucan Sam.
No.
This is...
Oh, my God.
I can see why... I mean, she not only got E. coli... I mean...
She's still smelling that fart, too. You know that.
100%.
And the color blue.
Yes. She can smell next Wednesday. She, for a fact, knows. Oh, man.
It's all funny to you people with normal-sized noses, isn't it?
This is the last person you want to do coke with, because it's gone. Gone. The whole Tony Montana mound is gone in one breath.
Her nickname is Hoover.
Oh. Without a doubt. Anyways, that's your not-so-breaking news. So I think in today's times, a lot of us have, tried to clear things out or get rid of stuff. And back in the day, if you knew someone, like, hey, anybody want this? And you'd sell it. But now you can reach the masses through Craigslist, through Marketplace, through different websites. If you want to sell something, you don't need it anymore. Instead of throwing it away or giving it away, you can actually make a little bit of money off of it. Now, not all stuff is worthy of actually, selling. And that's the case at Nora's place of employment up there in Detroit. As she gets ready to move next week, one of her final projects she wanted to help with was in one of the exam rooms at her doctor's office. It became kind of like a throw-all, a storage unit. They had old PCs they were putting keyboards in, and they had an old desk that went in there. And one of the things that was in there was these two old rotating magazine racks from the doctor's office.
Okay.
And so it ended up in this room. And so what she tried to do was she's trying to get rid of a bunch of stuff. So she went in there, started taking pictures, and she's posting a whole bunch of stuff on Marketplace and on Craigslist. And all of it is for free. So they want it out of the doctor's office. So
come get it, it's yours.
Yes. So again, there are these two rotating magazine racks. And she thought she was taking a picture, but she ended up taking actually a short video instead of a picture of the rotating rack. And there was a teacher that reached out to Nora and said, I would love those for my classroom to put books and stuff in. And Nora said, of course. However, right before the teacher had messaged her, there was another message on Facebook. And in the video...
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Nora's rotating the book rack, and it's got a little squeak to it. It's an old magazine rack. And It's like... Eh. Someone commented on the post and sent Nora a message. Hey, sneeze. There it is. Sorry.
I thought this was part of it.
No. I actually had to sneeze.
I'm like, what is he trying to imitate?
I was imitating the magazine rack. But in the video, someone sent Nora a message, said, who wants a noisy magazine rack? F you.
Oh, my God.
It's a free magazine rack.
Yeah.
What are you commenting for? What do you care? If you don't want it, scroll along.
Or get some
Use
WD-40.
your big old orangutan thumbs and move along. There's no reason to comment. So I want to know, what's that weird Marketplace or Craigslist website interaction you had while trying to sell something? Now, Kelly, we all know you got scammed like I did. I got scammed.
How do you know? Because I've mentioned it 100 times.
You know, we heard the story.
The only thing I've ever done on Craigslist was a curb alert. After a big garage sale, we had a few people in the neighborhood, and then we did a curb alert. It's free stuff. It's at the curb. Don't bother me. If you want it, come get it. If you don't, then I don't care. But you just put out a curb alert, shove everything out onto the curb, and you never look back. At the end of the day, if there's something still there, you toss it.
You know, we actually, I shouldn't say we, Nora doing all the work, did that as part of the clean out as we get ready for the move. And she put a bunch of stuff on the curb, and it was there maybe 3 hours before 75% of it was gone.
Wow. No, it's great.
Yep. People just come by and pick it up. 800-821-9970 or 99700. Any weird Marketplace or Craigslist interactions?
Dude, honestly, I have never bought or sold anything on either on Facebook or Craigslist. I've shopped around on Marketplace looking boots and stuff, but I've never actually tried tried to buy anything. Never had any interactions at all.
Okay, that's kind of interesting. You've never wanted to sell? You've had nothing to sell or anything like that?
Not yet.
Okay.
I would. I just haven't. It hasn't happened.
800-821-9970. Did you have any crazy interactions while posting something on Facebook or Marketplace?
But although with Kelly's situation makes me never want to go there again.
Charlie bought a generator off Facebook Marketplace, and it was somewhere on the south end. So he drives down to this person's property, and this guy had a bunch of generators in the back of like a trailer, and pulls it out. The one he was going to sell Charlie couldn't get it started. And Charlie's like, okay, well, I mean, And the guy's like, hey, I got a new one at home. Just follow me home and I'll sell you that one for the same price. Brand new in the box. You're like, where are you getting all these generators?
That's questionable, but also follow me home sounds a little weird.
That's a little weird.
Dude, he did it. We have a brand new generator. So sometimes they work out.
Oh, it did work out?
Yeah. Sometimes they work out.
I remember this was probably 4 or 5 years ago when I kind of ended my mobile DJ career, because throughout the years I've done events and weddings and things like that, so I had my full setup, and I was finally done with it, so I was selling the whole package. DJ in a box, basically, with everything, lights and speakers, and I was setting it up to show the guy, and I can't remember exactly what I did, but I was reaching, and I got like a little when I was plugging something in, and I was like, no, it normally doesn't do that. Like, I'm trying to convince the guy. I promise you, there's no short. There's nothing wrong with any of it. 800-821-9970. Weird or strange interactions through Marketplace or Craigslist. Blitz, good morning. Who's this?
Hey, it's Jeremy.
Jeremy, did you have a unique or strange interaction on Marketplace or Craigslist?
I bought one thing through Marketplace. It was actually a car. And the guy, his main selling point was that it had a brand new clutch.
Okay.
So I buy the car, and maybe a week and a half later, the clutch went out.
Oh.
And I took it to the shop. And they're like, yeah, that's not a brand new clutch.
Oh, did you get a hold of the guy?
No. Obviously, he wasn't answering the phone.
Of course not. Yeah. Of course not. All right. Well, thanks for the call, man. Blitz, good morning. Hi, who's this?
Hi, this is Amy.
Amy, did you have a strange interaction through Marketplace or Craigslist?
Yes.
What happened?
So we were trying to sell a log splitter for $250. We live here in Central Ohio. We got a check for $1,250 from a coffee shop in New York City. Confused, and they wanted us to cash it and send them the money, the extra money back.
Yeah, no.
So here's what I did. I called the coffee shop that was on the letterhead, and I explained it to them, and I said, did you purchase this? And they said, we don't know what you're talking about. We're a coffee shop. Why would we want a log splitter?
Yeah. Yeah, those are always my favorite. I'll pay you for delivery fee, so I'm going to send you the extra money and then cash it, and then whatever's left over after you pay for the shipping, just send me the rest of the money back. Yeah, no.
You're smart. Good for you.
They responded saying, why haven't you cashed our check? Where's the log splitter? And we just said, we know this is a scam. Don't contact us again.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm glad you did that because, sometimes when you get caught in those scams, when it's like it seems it's too good to be true and you run out and you spend the money and you're like, oh, my God, this is great. And then you find out that the piece of musical equipment you did buy actually wasn't what they said it was, and they just run away with the money anyways. I mean, who would do that? That's just insane.
I don't know.
She doesn't know the story, Kelly. Well, I'm glad you didn't get scammed. So, that's the worst feeling in the world. We both been there for sure. Thank you so much for the call. Man, people be cray-cray, especially when you try and give away free stuff or sell it on Marketplace or Craigslist. Like the people that you post something for free and they're like, can you do any better on the price? Bitch, it's free! What do you want? Can you deliver it? No! It's free! Come pick it up. You want it? It's here. You don't, go away.
P-Funk texted, sold a riding mower on Marketplace, and a guy came, mowed a strip in my front yard, then got off and said he was looking for something with a bagger and left. That's a good one.
Blitz, good morning. Hi, who's this?
Hey, how's it going?
Who's this?
This is Evan.
Evan, have you had a strange interaction on Marketplace or Craigslist or one of those websites?
Yeah, super creepy. When I was 17, I'm almost 40 now. When I first came out, I was buying a guitar pedal. Went to go pick it up from a guy in the short north, and he goes, I'll give you $500 extra if you fondle yourself.
Oh, no!
And that
like, nope, I'm out.
That's the origin story of the Craigslist killer.
Oh, man.
That's how it all started.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Kelly,
you believed her.
You got me.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you want to get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
That's crazy. Well, I'm
That
glad
is
you got out
really
of
freaky.
there.
Did you get the pedal? I'm very curious. I mean,
oh, no.
Oh, okay. You should have abandoned the whole thing. Okay. Because that's how I got ripped off, buying a guitar pedal. How is that?
Yep.
What are the weirdos out there with guitar pedals?
The guitar pedals. Because musicians are strange.
No, the people who have the pedals are strange. The musicians are cool.
You should have known. You should have known.
Come on in my van.
You should have known when the headline for the ad was "Pedal for a Pounding." Like you should have just known right off the bat what was going down. Evan, thanks so much for the call, man. I hope you have a great
That's
one.
Freaky.
You got one thing?
Yeah, Jeremy says, my favorite Craigslist interaction was when I was selling my house about 10 years ago. Got a call from a friend asking me about my house for rent on Craigslist. Turns out somebody had copied my sale listing and placed the house up for rent and was collecting deposits from people.
Oh, no.
I've heard of those scams.
Yes.
Man.
They'll post other people's properties and just collect it for sure.
Byron said he bought some firewood from someone off Marketplace and then went there to pick it up in his pickup truck, and the dog wouldn't let him get out.
The dog was just sitting there barking.
Yes.
Yeah, there's no way I'm getting out.
No.
Not happening. I'm not taking that chance.
No, that's a guy who'd be like, oh, he's nice.
He's
Don't
nice,
worry
right?
about
Don't
it."
worry about him. He's foaming at the mouth.
Three things you need to know before you go.
Well, some reward money available for the capture of several fugitives. We'll start here in Columbus, where there's a $10,000 cash reward being offered for information leading to the arrest of 21-year-old Daviante Dixon, suspected of shooting two Mifflin Township police officers on the northeast side Wednesday night. Remember the former police chief down in Arkansas who broke out of prison last week, Grant Harden? They're offering $10,000 for information leading to his arrest. And down in New Orleans, 10 people broke out of jail down there. They've only got 8 back. There are still 2 who have not been recaptured. That reward is up to $50,000.
This is perfect because I've been waiting for the right opportunity to open my bail bondsman bounty hunter business.
Let's go.
And now I always knew that it would turn into like a reality show.
Yes.
Because I'm going to open the business. Goose has got him.
Ooh,
And I'm gonna.
I can see it. Literally,
Goose has got him.
yeah.
I'm gonna name the show. That's gonna be the name of the show.
I want merch.
Yep. Oh, absolutely.
I just want to be part of it.
Yep. It's gonna be like a cartoon humanoid goose running real fast with like a pair of handcuffs. Goose has got him. Watch for it on A&E coming 2026.
We need a good tagline like "Gotcha" or "Goose has got him." That's what I do. TBD.
When I tackle him, I'm like, "Got him."
Yeah, of course.
So simple. That's the whole
I love
simplicity.
It. You're right. Now, why am I making it so complicated?
Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah,
It's like
the Peter
Pokemon.
principle.
He's got to catch them all.
Gotta catch them all.
A British daredevil has broken a Guinness World Record, performing 7 backflips in 30 seconds while on fire. 28-year-old Ryan Looney, a daredevil with multiple Guinness World Records titles to his name, wore protective gear and was fully engulfed in flames for the record attempt. He says he was actually freezing cold because he had to wear a couple of layers of clothing underneath the gear that were all soaked in a fire-retardant gel and refrigerated for 24 hours. So he was actually freezing cold during this attempt. He completed back flips, 7 of them in 30 seconds, and then was immediately sprayed with a fire extinguisher and wrapped in a towel. Okay, Nielsen's multi-platform ratings are finally here, and for the first time since the dawn of the streaming revolution, we can see apples-to-apples comparisons of how shows across the TV landscape are doing. Network versus cable versus streaming. As you predicted, Goose, streaming does the best, in particular Netflix. Netflix has the number 1 spot with Squid Game, the number 2 spot with Adolescence. It holds in the top 10 the number 9 spot with Zero Day and the number 10 spot with Nobody Wants This. So everybody's watching Netflix.
No surprise.
Yeah.
I just don't know if it's completely fair if you've got, let's call it, I don't know, CSI or 911 for like a drama show, or like a sitcom, like, I don't even know what sitcoms are on TV anymore. Big Bang Theory used to be. You know, we got 20-some episodes throughout the season, as opposed to Adolescence, which is 4 episodes, binge watch through the weekend, you're done.
Yeah, an easier watch.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a fair comparison, but obviously streaming's going to...
And how much do you have to watch to get credit? Like, how long? Is it like 2 minutes?
I wish I knew every little tiny detail you're about to ask me, Thick Rick, but I don't. I just have the top 100 list. Number 3, a network. Basically, it's streaming number 1. Number 2 is network. And coming in an extremely distant third is cable.
For sure.
In fact, cable only had 1 show in the top 100.
Oh.
And that was Yellowstone. It aired on Paramount, the Paramount Network, which is the cable, not Paramount Plus, Paramount Cable, and it was also supported by CBS. So that's how it got up in there.
Interesting.
So,
Okay.
a show, and I know you don't know the answer to this, but I'm just wondering, like, it's on Paramount on TV, and then on Paramount, the streaming where they replayed it, does that still count as the same? Or
they're counting the Paramount Network, which is its cable network of origin,
Right.
and CBS, which gave it support and network support.
Huh. All right.
So I don't know. Anyway, number 3 show was Tracker on CBS. Number 4,
Great
Reacher.
show.
Reacher on Prime Video. Number 5, High Potential on ABC. That's that Caitlin Olsen.
Oh, right, where she's the
I
kinda
started that.
the mother detective
Yeah,
sort
the
of
single
thing.
mom, and
Yep.
yeah, she's number 6 is Matlock on CBS.
What?
Number 7,
Kathy Bates.
Yeah, Kathy
Yeah.
Bates. Landman on Paramount Plus.
Great.
Number
Good.
7.
Awesome.
Yeah. Number 8, Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story. Netflix, another example of what
Yeah.
you're talking about, easily bingeable. Zero Day on Netflix is number 9, which I already told you, and the number 10 show Nobody Wants This on Netflix.
I've been meaning to start Reacher. I just never have.
Tracker's great.
What's Tracker
That
about?
was on. Oh, he's
This guy, he tracks people.
Yeah.
Yeah, Reacher is a guy who likes to
He reaches
reach
out
for
and
people.
goes
Yeah.
people. Okay.
It's a deviant. His name's a Reacher.
Yeah, people call Tracker when they want him to find somebody
Okay.
who's missing.
That makes sense. The guy's name is Tracker? Nickname?
No. That's just what the show's called, because that's what he is. He's a tracker.
That makes total sense.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so there's that. If you want to see the entire top 100
Side
list,
note.
it's kind of interesting.
Side note, real quick, I just thought about this. If your name is Reacher, if your last name's Reacher, people call you Reacher, should your first name be Jack?
Dude.
Probably not.
It's probably from the movie, though, right?
It's from a book.
Oh, the book.
Yeah. And then Tom Cruise made it in a movie, and then you get that. But
Reacher. I got
I'm just saying, if your
that
name is
sounds
Reacher,
very-
your first name probably shouldn't be Jack.
That feels wrong.
It does.
Feels like you're about to catch some charges.
Right.
All right. Those are your 3 things.
In case you didn't know and you want to celebrate, it's National Dinosaur Day today. What's your favorite dinosaur, Thick?
T-Rex.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. His little arms.
Yeah, those little arms, man. I mean,
I like a little sparring with him.
Yeah.
You could hold your hand on his head, and he'd be swinging, but he'd never hit you.
right? I'd be so mad Yeah, that huge everything. Like the king of the jungle, but you just got these tiny, tiny little useless things that you can do nothing with.
Yeah.
Just trying to reach something, and you're like, if you want to celebrate, feel free to do so. Get yourself some, I don't know, dino cakes. Go get a giant beefosaurus rib.
To a Jurassic Park marathon.
Jurassic Park marathon. Speaking of which, would you go to Jurassic Park?
After seeing the movie, I mean, this is like, you see the movie and then do I want to go? I mean, I feel like you're tempting fate that doesn't need tempted.
Well, let's go all the way back to the first one.
Okay.
Before anything went wrong, you get an invite to go to Jurassic Park.
Oh.
Are you going?
I might.
I'm going for sure.
Cost and everything I have to know about. But
well, of course, there's factors.
Would I be afraid to go? I guess that's what you're asking.
Right.
See, I can't get that movie out of my head.
It's hard to separate. It's hard to separate.
If I didn't know anything and I was like, oh, this is safe, everything, but it's amazing, you have to see it, then I probably would.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. Only 29% of people said they would go. 21% said maybe, and 50% said no way. And I'm thinking that's because everyone's got the movie in their head.
Yeah, right. That's it.
Obviously, men were more likely to say yes. And the older you are, the less likely you are to think it would be fun. Now, I do agree I am not like a huge zoo fan. Just because it's like, oh, watch that animal lay there on the rock.
Yeah.
Maybe you see the polar bear jump into the water.
But this is a much better zoo.
It's a much, much better zoo.
Can I ride on a pterodactyl? That might be fun.
See, that's like my favorite dinosaur.
That'd probably be my second favorite.
Yeah. Good old pterodactyl.
The other ones, I mean, like Brontosaurus is just boring. He just so huge blob, just eats leaves.
Yeah,
I mean,
just kind of the slow and
Stegosaurus kind of cool.
Stegosaurus isn't bad. Yeah. Although I'd probably take a Triceratops over a Stegosaurus.
And then, of course, the raptors are badass.
See, but we're given a false sense of what a raptor is based on the movie.
Nobody knows. Nobody has any idea what these things were really like.
That's true. But a lot of the experts say that the raptors aren't what we think they are from the Jurassic Park movies.
As far as not as mean or not as smart, because they seem really intelligent.
But not as mean, not as smart, and also not what they look like.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
So.
Well, how does anybody really know what any of them look like?
Again.
We only have skeletons to go by.
Educated guesses. But, if I'm getting an invite to Jurassic Park, I'm probably going. That's all there is to it. Happy National Dinosaur Day, 99.7 The Blitz.
Now, let's see if we can learn you something. Sit up and pay attention.
Yeah, let's make you a little bit smarter than you were when you woke up today. Little tidbits of information you can take with you throughout the weekend. I did know this little fun fact because there's a great documentary, and I should have looked up the name. I can't remember it, but it's about a record label that was started in Memphis. And this was one of their early recording artists who was actually a backup singer, but then went on to do his own thing. And he's actually the first African-American to win an Oscar for something other than acting. Do you want to take a guess as to who that is? Other than acting, the first African-American to win an Oscar.
Oh, my gosh.
Say this. He's a musician. It was for an original song that actually is called the theme from
Shaft.
Yes, Isaac Hayes is the first.
I couldn't think of his name.
Yep, Isaac Hayes, 1971.
Is that Sun Records?
Yes.
Okay, do you know they made a TV show of that? That's Colonel Tom. He had Elvis and all those guys when they were young.
No, that wasn't it. Because
that was down in Memphis.
Isaac Hayes record label. It wasn't Sun Stax.
Okay.
It was Stax Records because it was a record store, and they opened up a studio behind it, and then went on to do a bunch of really cool things. It's a great documentary about it.
Did you see that show?
I did
It
not.
got one season and got canceled. I was so mad. Billy Gardell played Colonel Tom Parker.
Oh,
Tom
okay.
Parker, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the guy. And it was like these guys who were in radio were playing. There's a new guy, Elvis, and
Yeah.
it was this young kid playing. It was such a great show, and it got canceled because I don't know why. It was so good.
Yeah, Stax Records. Check it out. It's a great documentary. I want to say it's on Amazon. Did you know that according to the FBI, the number of bank robberies has declined by nearly 85% since peaking in 1992? The main reason? More risk, less
I
reward.
was going to say, it's a lot easier to get caught now.
Yeah. And not only that, but you're doing it for less because in the 1960s, the average bank robbery was worth about $5,200, which is about $46,000 worth of money today.
Yeah.
However, in recent years, the average take is around $4,200.
Well, yeah, you're not getting in a vault.
Right.
They can't get you in the vault.
Right. You're
anymore.
not Ocean's 11ing this
It's like
thing.
when you walk into Speedway, that all the big bills are in the safe thing that you can't get it out.
That just happened to me. It happened to be after a day that Nora and I had gone to the casino, and we had just a little bit. So I had like two $100 bills in my pocket, and I went to pay for something, and they're like, "I just made a drop. I've got like $40 in my register.
Right.
I can't even make
Yeah.
change." Yeah, you're not getting the money. The first professional football league in America was called the National Football League.
Yep.
But it has no relation to the modern one. In fact, it lasted one season in 1902 and featured a mix of football players and pro baseball players.
Oh, that I didn't know.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I knew the NFL was first, but then it went away. And there was just the AFL, and then it came back.
Right.
But it was different when it came back as the NFL. It was what became the NFC.
It became the NFL.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Yep. Let's see here. The reason Hitler shaved his mustache down to a little square is because he had trouble fitting a regular mustache into a gas mask. That is
wow,
sad and funny.
Wow.
Like, shave it off.
Is that true?
I mean, I don't know.
Oh, my gosh.
But that also goes to show, like, what the plans were.
Right.
Like, I'm going to need a gas mask. And so I got to shave this thing down. And finally, I did not know this. This is crazy. I'm sure if you were to look at different businesses throughout the years and how some of them survived or almost weren't around, this one's crazy to me. FedEx almost went under back in the 70s in the early years. They only had $5,000 in the bank, and they needed to pay off $24,000 in debt to even remain a business. They're still around because the founder of FedEx took the last $5,000 to Vegas, gambled it on blackjack, and won $27,000.
Wow.
I mean, if that isn't like, hey, here you go, we're going to give you one last shot, might as well do it in Vegas.
Man, that's like the Rooneys that own the Steelers. $1,000 at a poker game.
Oh, is that what it was?
Now he's got his multi-billion-dollar
I didn't know that.
NFL football team.
And so not only that, but then you've got the Hines family, who's also married into the New York Giants family.
The Maras.
The Maras, yeah. The Rooneys and the Maras. The two actresses.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not only are you a successful actress, but you're the heir to the Giants and the heir to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Man, some people are so lucky.
Come on.
You can't
leave a little bit for the rest of us.
Hit the family lottery. That's what it is.
Learning you some stuff on a Friday morning, 99.7 The Blitz.
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.